Welcome back to Space Weather News, your daily source for all things space weather related. If you enjoy our videos, please consider showing your support by subscribing to the channel. The sun is the primary source of energy for life on Earth, but it can also pose a threat to our planet. The sun's activity, which is characterized by the number of sunspots and solar flares, follows an 11-year cycle known as the solar cycle. During periods of high activity, the sun can release large amounts of energy in the form of solar flares and coronal mass ejections, CMEs, which can affect the Earth's magnetic field and cause geomagnetic storms. On March 4th and 5th, the Earth is expected to experience minor G1 class geomagnetic storms due to an incoming CME. The CME was hurled into space by the M8.6 class flare of February 28, but it is not heading directly for Earth. Instead, it will only deliver a glancing blow when it arrives. While G1 class geomagnetic storms are relatively minor, they can still cause some disruption to power grids, satellites, and communication systems. They can also produce beautiful auroras in the night sky. The CME is just the latest sign of the increasing activity of solar cycle 25. According to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, NOAA, February was another strong month for the solar cycle, with sunspot numbers among the highest of the past 10 years. Originally, forecasters thought that solar cycle 25 would be similar in strength to the previous solar cycle, which was one of the weakest in a century. However, the latest sunspot numbers suggest that solar cycle 25 is exceeding expectations and has been doing so for over 2 years. Solar cycle 25 is not expected to reach its peak until 2024 or 2025, so there is still plenty of time for the solar cycle to strengthen even more. This could lead to additional X-flares, geomagnetic storms, and auroras. While these events are often beautiful to witness, they can also have significant impacts on our technological infrastructure. Geomagnetic storms can cause power outages, disrupt communication systems, and damage satellites. They can also create hazards for astronauts and airline passengers flying at high altitudes. As our reliance on technology continues to increase, it is essential to monitor and prepare for the impacts of space weather. Fortunately, organizations such as NOAA and NASA are constantly monitoring the sun and providing forecasts of space weather events. This information is essential for industries such as energy, transportation, and communication, which can take steps to mitigate the impacts of space weather on their operations. In conclusion, the incoming CME on March 4th and 5th is expected to cause minor G1 class geomagnetic storms, which could lead to some disruption to power grids, satellites, and communication systems. However, it is just the latest sign of the increasing activity of solar cycle 25, which has been outperforming expectations for over 2 years. As the solar cycle continues to strengthen, we can expect more X-flares, geomagnetic storms, and auroras. While these events can be beautiful to witness, they can also have significant impacts on our technological infrastructure. It is therefore essential to monitor and prepare for the impacts of space weather. Thank you for watching our video on the incoming CME and the increasing activity of solar cycle 25. We hope you found this information informative and insightful. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more updates on space weather and other interesting topics. Your support helps us to continue producing informative content for you. Thank you again for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.